taking the concept of space dogfights popularized in the late 70s by the Star Wars films and making them interactive proved to be a huge success for early gaming companies. After years of similar styled and themed games, Konami decided to shake up the shooter genre in 1985 with a new wacky animated design in the form of the vertical shooter Twin B. On the other side of Japan, Hudson Soft was developing games for a brand new console set to compete with Nintendo's Famicom, including new original game concepts like Bomberman, and their own critically acclaimed attempt to capture shooter fans, Superstar Soldier. In spite of the many quality shooters at the time, there remained one king at the throne of the castle of the late 80s and early 90s shooter genre, a game by the name of Gradius. It was a smash hit in the arcades, the NES, and the PC Engine. Wanting to capitalize on one of their most successful games, Konami decided that they wanted to release a game in between the original and its sequel, so they decided to go back to the design of their animated game Twin B for inspiration. So the shoot-'em-up genre began with the horizontal scrolling shooter Parodier, which featured an all-star cast of Konami characters including the ships from Twin B and Gradius. Meanwhile, Superstar Soldier developer Kaneko were toiling away making erotic arcade puzzle games and looking for a new opportunity. Parodier gave them the inspiration to try to take popular characters from their publisher, Hudson Soft, and attempt to create a similar game for the vertical shooting genre.
How's it going, everybody? We got another episode of Doc Mochrie Plays for you today. Last time we did Panzer Dragoon, and this time we're doing a little game called Star Parodier, which features Bomberman and a shmup, which I thought was interesting. And it caught my eye when I got the PC Engine Mini, and I looked into the game a little more, realized it was a takeoff of a game called Parodier, which was based off of Gradius. This is a version of that based off of the TurboGrafx and PC Engine game Superstar Soldier, this one over here. But anyway, I played Superstar Soldier, enjoyed it, so I'm like, let me give this one a shot. It looks kind of wacky, it looks kind of fun. So we're going to find out if this hidden gem holds up and see where their skills were compared to Parodier. Alright, so if you enjoy the video, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And here we go.
It is a bit of a motley crew. It's an anthropomorphic game console, a cartoon ship, and the world's cutest terrorist. Alright, let's see if this cutesy game can put our shmup skills to the test. They're hitting you with giant sprites right off the bat. So B probably stands for bombs. Now I just gotta figure out the million other ones. Okay, time to face the first mid-boss. Carousel of bunny girls. Limited amount of bombs that you do get shooting a cross pattern, which is kind of different, but it does come in handy. Trying to exercise the PC Engine color palette on this one. Collected a bunch of cool items at once and ended up with the lamest one. Go figure. Well, I survived long enough to make it the first actual boss of the game, the Snake Roller Coaster. Sprite scaling was also very popular in 1992. First of many pictures of our band of misfits trolling the boss from the previous level. Well, they were certainly big fans of Tetris. They're starting to turn up the heat with the rapid fire shots in this level. And this is only level 2. Thankfully I picked up a shield. Now it's time for the second mid-boss. It looks a bit like King DDD from Kirby. And apparently he throws mahjong tiles. Don't get more Japanese than that. You could probably literally bathe in his tears. He's crying up a storm right now. This section's got a bit of a Toy Story vibe going on. Ready for main boss number 2, the constantly morphing pile of triangles. It's also very snake-like. They seem to have enjoyed that movement pattern. You really don't know what to expect next. It turned from a spaceship into a rocket ship, and now all of a sudden it's a fish. I don't even know what this thing is. Oh, I hate when they drop surprise bullet hell at the end. Hey, give me that back. Hell yeah, we'll play a little Jenga with the previous boss. Looks like a nice coastal area. Freaking got him that time. It's just me, a bomb, and 10,000 ducks. It's time for the mid-boss. Apparently it's just a regular old pair of crabs. They're not too tough compared to the previous few bosses, as long as you keep track of them. What the heck happened to his head? It just exploded. Going deep sea diving to face the boss of this level, a giant blue tangfish with maracas. Still not quite sure what these little yellow balls do. And all of a sudden the fish started drowning. Digging the Star Soldier shark. Going from a water level to an ice level. We're hitting all the 16-bit era level tropes. Sorry to ruin your guys' camping trip. It's no big deal. It's just giant blue walruses vomiting a bunch of seals. Time to reveal what animal's hiding behind this giant block of ice. Apparently it's the giant seal that couldn't fit through the walrus's mouth. It's a lot more exciting than them crying and fading away. Getting really dicey on the North Pole. Time to end this snowy adventure by facing its boss, Turkish Frosty. It's gotten to the point where I gotta avoid certain items like the plague just so I don't get a crappy weapon. Feels a bit like a Punch-Out boss where you gotta kinda react to his deliberate movements. PC Engine's the snowman now. Looks like we're in the Chinatown section of Roswell, New Mexico. It's a pain to try to get out of this laser hellhole created by these mysterious, creepy black cubes. They seem to have wrapped all the Illuminati imagery into one level. Time for the desert level mid-boss, the devious old snake charmer. It appears that 3 different sets of snakes have 3 different sets of moves. Early 90s anime giant mouth reaction. Guess we're headed into this deadly pyramid full of traps. Well, we got through the reanimated skeleton pipes, now it's time to battle the miles of sniper towers. I'm not really sure what's going on here. There's a League of Pharaohs shooting a giant boulder with a chalk chicken in the background. King Tut with a smiley face for a brain seems to be the leader. Oh damn, I thought it was over and it just got worse. Wow, we killed each other at the same time. There's a skull trying to eat the poor PC Engine. We're getting down to the wire here, and me and my 3 little friends have entered the techno world. As you would expect, copious amounts of robots. The beginning of this level is very reminiscent of the game that the cartoon spaceship came from, Star Soldier. The original was also released on the NES over here in America. Just been a non-stop array of mechs and warships. And of course, after fighting all of those, you get to fight the biggest warship yet as the mid-boss. That laser eats up a quarter of the screen. It appears that it shifted from Star Soldier to our old pal Bomberman's levels. Bomberman Ghost are a bit of a knockoff of the Pac-Man Ghost, if we're being honest. Looks like we're rolling through every single arcade Bomberman level individually. Of course it's a giant evil Bomberman. It's like a super zoomed in part of a Bomberman level. It's harder to avoid the blasts. You just busted out the Mancubus death animation from Doom 2. I hear you, Star Soldier. I'm confused too. Now this is a bit of an unconventional level. An entire world made out of bubbles. Oh, now I see why the background's completely made of bubbles. They're all over the place. It's never ending. I'm about a third of the way through the level. Apparently that bubble hell is the work of baby Satan. The shield is definitely going to help. Those spears come at you fast. Time to head back to hell there, baby Satan. The bubble hell continues, this time with missiles. And apparently bubble shooting bubbles. Time for the second to last end level boss, a giant robotic cartoon knight in a skirt. He's not too bad, but the direction of his attacks come from all over the place. Are all the Bubble World enemies drinking beer? We finally made it. Scene 8, the final level. I didn't know it consists of super high-speed scrolling level traps. We made it to the gates of the final castle, but there's one thing standing in our way, and it's a fellow Bomberman in a mech suit. We don't have our mini friends or bombs anymore, but we have something equally as dangerous. Copious amounts of balloons. It looks like we gotta take down the queen. She has one attack, but they're a pack of really fast snake lasers that kill in one hit. We took down the rest of her body. Now all that's left is a giant cartoon brain with eyeballs. Didn't have too much trouble with the brain, but the giant double Gatling gun mech is a whole different story. Apparently the old Queen Brain is a phase 2. Couldn't even get the satisfaction of watching the last boss die, but I'm alright with it, because at least it's over with. I don't want to have to fight that boss again. Instead of a funny picture, we get an actual ending to this weird story. PC Engine, always getting into trouble. Not entirely sure who these ships are, but as long as they're on our side. Classic. Well, that was Star Parodier. It came out in Europe, but it never came out here to the United States, and I believe we missed the gem. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm on Facebook at Doc Mochrie Gaming, on YouTube at Doc Mochrie, so check them out. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I also have a Patreon if you want to check it out. It's in the link below. You guys take care, and I'll have a new video up for you very soon.